Think she's not interested? Think again. Imagine this. You're interacting with a woman who seems indifferent, but she's actually doing something subtle that suggests otherwise. Today, we uncover this common behavior that many women display when they're just pretending not to like you, even though they really do. Get ready to discover the telltale signs that reveal her true feelings are just beneath the surface. 1. She acts indifferent. When a woman is trying to hide her feelings, one of her go-to moves might be to put on an Oscar-worthy performance of indifference. She'll act like she couldn't care less about your existence, but don't be fooled. Her attention is laser-focused on you. You might notice her pretending not to listen when you speak, but later she'll reference something you said. She'll act nonchalant when you're around, but her friends might mention that she asks about you. It's like she's playing a game of emotional hide-and-seek. This behavior stems from a fear of vulnerability. By acting indifferent, she's protecting herself from potential rejection. It's also a test to see if you'll pursue her despite her apparent lack of interest. Keep an eye out for subtle signs that break through her facade. Does she perk up when your name is mentioned? Does she always seem to be in earshot of your conversations? These little tells can reveal her true feelings. True indifference means a complete lack of interest. If she's putting effort into appearing uninterested, chances are she's anything but. It's a paradoxical dance of attraction. The more she pretends not to care, the more she might actually care. 2. She mocks your interests lightly. Picture this. You're enthusiastically discussing your passion for vintage record collecting, and she rolls her eyes, calling you a hipster wannabe. But here's the kicker. She's hanging on to every word, asking questions, and remembering details. This, gentlemen, is the art of disguised interest. When a woman mocks your interests but can't help but engage, she's walking a tightrope between showing her genuine curiosity and maintaining her uninterested facade. It's like she's saying, I find your passions intriguing, but I don't want you to know that. This behavior serves multiple purposes. By teasing, she gets to interact with you in a playful, low-pressure way. It's also her attempt to gauge your confidence. Can you take a joke about something you care about? Pay attention to the nature of her teasing. Is it good-natured or mean-spirited? Does she smile while doing it? Also, notice if she brings up these topics later or remembers specific details you've mentioned. These are clues that her mockery is just a cover for her genuine interest. Remember, shared interests can be a strong foundation for connection. Her teasing might just be an invitation for you to prove her wrong and show her why your hobbies are cool. Who knows? You might even convert her into a fellow enthusiast. 3. She reacts strongly to your actions. When a woman is harboring secret feelings for you, her emotions might go into overdrive, resulting in strong reactions to your actions, both good and bad. It's like you've become an emotional amplifier in her life, turning every interaction up to 11. You might notice her getting disproportionately excited when you achieve something small, or unusually upset when you make a minor mistake. Perhaps she laughs a bit too hard at your jokes, or seems overly annoyed when you're late. These intense reactions are often a sign that you're occupying a significant space in her thoughts and feelings. This behavior stems from her struggle to maintain emotional neutrality. She's trying to appear uninterested, but her genuine feelings keep bubbling to the surface, manifesting as these strong reactions. Pay attention to the consistency of these reactions. Does she respond this way to everyone, or are you getting special treatment? Also, notice how quickly her mood changes based on your actions. If you seem to have an unusually strong influence on her emotional state, it's a good indicator that she cares more than she's letting on. Indifference is characterized by a lack of strong feelings either way. If she's reacting strongly to your actions, whether positively or negatively, it's a sign that you matter to her, even if she's trying to hide it. 4. She responds slowly to messages. In our hyper-connected world, the timing of text responses can speak volumes. If she's taking an unusually long time to reply to your messages, it might not be because she's uninterested. Paradoxically, it could be because she's very interested indeed. This delayed response tactic is often employed as a way to appear casual and unaffected. She might be thinking, if I respond too quickly, he'll know I've been eagerly waiting for his message. So instead, she forces herself to wait, sometimes agonizing over the perfect response. Pay attention to the content of her messages when they do arrive. Are they short and dismissive, or thoughtful and engaging? Does she apologize for the delay or offer an explanation? These can be clues to her true feelings. Also, notice if this behavior is consistent. Does she respond quickly to others while keeping you waiting? Or is she generally slow to respond to everyone? Consistency in this behavior towards you specifically can be telling. In the age of smartphones, most people check their messages frequently. If she's consistently taking hours or even days to respond, it's likely a deliberate choice rather than genuine disinterest. Ultimately, this behavior is about maintaining an illusion of detachment. By making you wait, she's trying to keep you intrigued while protecting herself from appearing too eager. It's a delicate balance. and one that often reveals more than it conceals. 5. She gives mixed signals. Welcome to the world of mixed signals, where confusion reigns supreme. If she's saying one thing but doing another, congratulations. You've entered the paradoxical realm of hidden attraction. One moment she's laughing at your jokes and touching your arm, the next she's distant and aloof. She might tell you she's not looking for a relationship, but then get jealous when you talk to other women. These contradictory behaviors can leave you feeling like you're on an emotional roller coaster. This inconsistency often stems from an internal conflict. She likes you but is afraid of getting hurt, so she alternates between showing interest and pulling back. It's like she's constantly battling between her heart and her head. Pay attention to patterns in her behavior. Does she become more affectionate when you show interest in others? Does she pull away when things start to get more serious? These patterns can provide clues to her true feelings. Also, consider the timing of her mixed signals. Are they more pronounced in group settings versus one-on-one interactions? This could indicate she's trying to maintain an appearance of disinterest in front of others. Consistent mixed signals are, paradoxically, a consistent signal in themselves. If she's constantly keeping you guessing, it's a sign that you're occupying a significant amount of her mental and emotional energy, even if she's trying not to show it. If you're enjoying today's video and feel inspired to take your dating life to a new level, don't just watch, take action. Our free 60-minute strategy call is designed specifically for individuals like you who want to build meaningful connections. During this session, you'll discover personalized strategies to meet more women, boost your confidence, and make every date count. Tap into the expertise of our seasoned coaches by clicking the link in the pinned comment now. Let's transform your dating life together. 6. She engages in light teasing. The age-old art of teasing, a playground tactic that often carries well into adulthood, especially in the realm of hidden attractions. If she's constantly poking fun at you in a lighthearted way, you might just be the object of her secret affection. This playful banter serves multiple purposes. It allows her to interact with you in a fun, low-pressure way, while maintaining a guise of casual friendship. It's her way of saying, I like you, but I don't want you to know how much. Pay attention to the nature of her teasing. Is it personal and specific to you, or does she tease everyone this way? Does she laugh a little too hard at your comebacks? Does she remember the inside jokes you share? These can be indicators that her teasing is more than just friendly banter. Also, notice her body language when she teases you. Does she lean in closer? Does she touch you lightly on the arm? Physical proximity during teasing can be a big tell. Remember, teasing is a form of attention. If she's going out of her way to playfully poke fun at you, she's investing energy in your interactions. It's her way of creating a special dynamic between you two, a shared language of jokes and jabs that brings you closer together. So the next time she calls you a dork with a twinkle in her eye, consider that it might be her way of saying, you're adorkable, and I kind of like it. 7. She talks about other guys. When a woman starts bringing up other guys in conversation, it might seem like a clear sign of disinterest. But hold on. This could actually be a clever tactic to gauge your reaction and mask her own feelings for you. By mentioning other men, she's trying to accomplish several things. First, she's testing your level of interest. Does the thought of her with someone else bother you? She's watching closely for signs of jealousy or discomfort. Secondly, she's attempting to appear unavailable or in demand. It's a subtle way of saying, look how desirable I am, while also creating a sense of competition. Pay attention to how she talks about these other guys. Is she speaking about them in a way that invites comparison to you? Does she seem to be emphasizing qualities that you possess or lack? This could be her indirect way of expressing what she values in a partner. Also, notice the timing of these conversations. Does she bring up other guys more frequently when you're showing signs of interest in her? This could be a defense mechanism to protect herself from getting too invested. If she truly had no interest in you, she likely wouldn't bother trying to make you jealous or gauge your reactions. The very act of bringing up other men around you suggests that your opinion matters to her, even if she's trying to hide it. 8. She's available but distant. This behavior is the romantic equivalent of orbiting. She's constantly in your vicinity, but never quite close enough to touch. It's a delicate dance of proximity and distance that can leave you scratching your head. You might notice that she always seems to be around, whether it's at social gatherings, work events, or just coincidentally bumping into you. Yet, when you interact, she maintains an emotional arm's length, never quite letting you in completely. This paradoxical behavior often stems from a desire to be close to you, coupled with a fear of vulnerability. She wants to be in your orbit, but she's afraid of getting burned if she gets too close. Pay attention to the consistency of her presence. Is she always conveniently around when you're there? Does she find reasons to be in the same place as you? These could be signs that her coincidental appearances are more intentional than they seem. Also, notice how she interacts with others compared to you. Does she maintain the same emotional distance with everyone, or is it specific to you? If it's the latter, It could indicate that you hold a special significance for her. True disinterest would mean not being around at all. If she's making the effort to be in your vicinity regularly, while keeping an emotional distance, it's likely that she's more interested than she's letting on. 9. She asks indirect questions. When a woman is trying to hide her interest in you, she might turn into a covert detective, gathering intel about you through roundabout means. If you find that mutual friends are suddenly very curious about your life, hobbies, or relationship status, you might have a secret admirer on your hands. This indirect approach allows her to learn more about you without risking exposure of her own feelings. It's like she's conducting reconnaissance, gathering information to better understand you without directly engaging. Pay attention to the nature of the questions being asked. Are they general inquiries, or do they delve into specific aspects of your life? The more detailed the questions, the more likely it is that she's the one pulling the strings behind the scenes. Also, notice if these friends seem to be sharing information about her in return. This could be her way of indirectly communicating things about herself to you, creating a two-way information exchange without direct interaction. If she truly wasn't interested, she likely wouldn't expend the energy to gather information about you. The very fact that she's curious about your life, even if she's hiding that curiosity, is a good indicator that you're on her mind. So the next time a mutual friend casually asks about your weekend plans or your favorite type of music, consider that you might have a hidden audience very interested in the answers. 10. She acts cold in groups. In group settings, she might act aloof, barely acknowledging your presence. But catch her one-on-one, and suddenly she's all warm smiles and engaging conversation. What gives? This dual behavior often stems from a desire to keep her feelings under wraps in public, while allowing herself to be more genuine in private. In groups, she's putting on a performance of disinterest, perhaps to avoid teasing from friends, or to maintain an appearance of being hard to get. Pay attention to the stark contrast between her public and private behavior. Does she avoid eye contact in groups, but maintain it when you're alone? Does her body language change significantly? These differences can be telling. Also, notice if she tries to create opportunities for one-on-one interaction. Does she linger after group hangouts or find reasons to separate from the crowd? These could be signs that she values private time with you. Remember, consistent inconsistency is still a pattern. If she regularly acts cold in groups, but warm in private, it's likely that her public behavior is the act, not her private demeanor. This behavior is her way of protecting herself while still allowing for a connection with you. It's a balancing act between her desire to be close to you and her fear of exposing her feelings to others. So now that you know how to tell if she actually likes you, here's what I'd recommend watching next. Discover the signs she's sex-starved, or learn how to tell when she's thinking about you naked. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more.